So, should we talk about music's biggest and why he blocked me on Twitter? I think the platform might be called X now, but I'm super old, and this happened back when it was called Twitter, so that's what I'm going to be referring to it as during this video.
Ha! Old? What was I thinking? I ain't old, huh?
Don't worry, Pops. We're almost across the street.
Now, I bloody hate Kiss, with an absolute passion, but I also understand that they are an important band who made some alright songs.
Now do that thing Gene Simmons does.
Overstay my welcome for 40 years?
Even if every single Kiss song does sound exactly the same. In my opinion though, Kiss are nothing more than a business, and I personally think that Mr. Gene Simmons would sell his own grandma for £1. If you're American and you're watching this, I think the expression is probably something like sell your mother for $1, something like that. But they do have an extraordinary live show, which they've been touring for nearly 50 years now. Well, admittedly with a few breakups and many reunion tours along the way, so I guess Kiss do deserve a degree of my respect. And Gene, thank you for the show Rock School. That was a staple of my childhood. And little Chris, rest in peace. Today, I'm going to be telling you the story about why Gene Simmons blocked me on Twitter, and why I think he's a total turnip. So back in 2016, it was announced that, in my opinion, the greatest rap group of all time, and the group that gave us Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and Dr. Dre, would rightfully be going in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now to me, and anyone else who enjoys music, this is an absolute no-brainer. NWA released one of the most important and best albums ever in Straight Outta Compton, and MC Ren, DJ Yella, Cube, Dre, and Eazy are more punk rock than Gene Simmons and Kiss will ever be. And they definitely will not be remembered in the same way. But Mr. Simmons had a real problem with this induction. He was unable to wrap his turnip head around the fact that a band who didn't have guitars in there could be more rock and roll than he was. Now, I'm not going to go into the NWA story because unfortunately they only ever dropped 2 legitimate albums, and tragically Eazy-E passed away way too young. And we also all know about the influence that Ice Cube and Dr. Dre eventually had on music, but NWA are a far more important band to music history than Kiss, and in 100 years, Straight Outta Compton will still be a classic of music that's still being studied by the generations to come, whereas Kiss will be a long-forgotten footnote, remembered only because there was bloody Kiss caskets.
But here's the plus. You can enjoy it while you're alive. Sunday, you got the guys over, you're watching the ball game. Open up the coffin, grab a cool one because, babe, it's a cooler.
Let me understand something. I can put ice in there?
It's a cooler. That's what it doubles
That's what
as
it really
a
is.
Yes,
and
for
I can
real.
be buried in it.
Correct.
I mean,
Wow.
I mean, there's nothing illegal about being buried in a Kiss coffin, is there?
No, absolutely not.
It's a legal coffin.
God will open the pearly gates much faster.
It
meets
So when NWA did finally get announced for the Hall of Fame, Gene is such a stupid fucking name, by the way, had a real issue with this, and I've attached some of his quotes on the screen, so give it a pause if you need to, but he was just unable to get his noggin around the fact that NWA were more rock and roll than he was, so he went on an attention-seeking, childish press tour, trying to gain himself as much publicity as he could by shitting on NWA, and, well, I guess it worked, because multiple members of NWA did indeed bite back, and I'm making a video on it 9 years later.
You and Gene Simmons of Kiss, of all people. Gene says, hey, wait a second. NWA isn't rock and roll. And kind of alluded to the fact on Twitter that you guys shouldn't have been inducted. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I think so. I think he believes it's straight for rock and rollers. And
Gene says, I'm looking forward to the death of rap. Then Gene tweeted to you at Ice Cube, respectfully, let me know when Jimi Hendrix gets into the Hip-Hop Hall of Fame, then you'll have a point. First of all,
And I want to say to Mr. Gene Simmons, hip-hop is here forever. Get used to it. Get used to it.
Leave that.
Peace.
We're supposed to be here. But he's just wrong on this, you know. It's a spirit. You know, and it's been going on before they called it rock and roll.
In other words, you're a guy just like any rock and roller who started out not with a lot in life, and you had to struggle your way into the music industry, and you came up, and yeah, maybe you're rapping, but you're rocking and rolling too.
Actually, you're an innovator. You took the music to another level.
Right.
Someplace else it had been in one spot for a long time.
Now, ain't that rock and roll?
And at the time, a 21-year-old The Gig Nerd, that's me. And I was disgusted by all this. I just think Gene is so wrong, so I decided I wanted to add my own opinion to the mix. Now, unfortunately, my actual tweet has been lost to history, but it went something like this. Dear Mr. Simmons, I find your comments on NWA to be quite disturbing. Unfortunately, I cannot say the full band name, but I'm sure you will know the project to whom I'm referring. With attitude. N with attitude. No, I can't say that first word, but I'm sure you will know what the N stands for. N with attitude. November with attitude. No, I really can't say that first word. I personally am a long-time fan of NWA, and I feel them to be quite deserving to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I understand that they themselves are not rock and roll, but they embody the spirit of rock and roll more than you ever have, Mr. Gene Simmons. Yours sincerely, Giggy Nerdulous. Fucking blocked me, didn't he? Unfortunately, guys, this is kind of where the story ends. I've never been unblocked, and I suspect I never will be either. Gene is a multi-millionaire from one of the most successful bands of all time, and I'm a wannabe YouTuber with 197 subscribers, an ex-failed musician, and I'm absolutely penniless. So we all know who won this one.
Help!
All that matters though is that NWA are rightfully in the Hall of Fame, and that pissed Gene Simmons off, I'm sure. Actually, that matters as well. I love seeing Gene Simmons pissed off. Fucking turnip.
Hey, let's calm it down. How does that make you feel? What?
So I'm going to take this one as a moral victory and make myself a future member of NWA. Possibly the man to actually replace Eazy-E finally. I actually think I could be the man for the job now I think about it. But NWA over Kiss any day. Real music over fake shit any day. NWA rightfully in the Hall of Fame. Did you actually get to the end of this video? Jesus Christ, even I have a hard time finishing them and I bloody make them. Was I trying to be funny again?
You're not funny and nobody likes you.
This is the Gig Nerd, asking you, did I make you laugh even once in this video?
No!
Did you find my video interesting at all?
Interesting.
Do you want to see more music content from me? Please say yes, I'm desperate, come on. If so, then please hit subscribe to my channel. It really does help, a lot more than you think. I'm just a newcomer trying to navigate this strange world of YouTube while trying to remain true to myself. But more than anything, I genuinely hope you enjoyed this video and maybe I was able to put a smile on your face.
You serious?
And I'm honestly sorry if I've insulted your favourite band. I probably didn't mean it. Well, actually, what am I talking about? I definitely meant it.
Tell them I hate them.
So hit that bloody subscribe button before I throw vinyls at you like that scene in Shaun of the Dead.
Okay, Dire Straits. Throw it. Stone Roses. No. Second Coming. I like it. Sade.
Take care, guys. Thank you as always for watching. I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Look after yourselves. Have a good one. Take care.
The strangest request was having to do with a baby and a lady who didn't mind if I gave her one. That was pretty strange.
Oh boy.
I declined.
You know, obviously you can always make up stories or tell things about women and rock and roll and partying. But I think the best thing and the biggest gift we've ever gotten is 20 years of doing what we do. And that comes from the people, and that comes from their heart and soul. So that's a little more important than, you know, we can talk about, oh, there's so many women. Any idiot can get a woman when they're on tour. But this is a lot more important and a lot more heartfelt than the bragging about the other stuff.
Would you cut? Hold on 1 second. Cut this off for a second. Would you stop cutting me down in front of a camera? I don't go for that shit.
Go on.
I don't know. All of a sudden, like whatever I say, all of a sudden, don't listen to this idiot. Don't do that anymore.
Go on.